Alright, well, welcome to the CK Show, episode number 6. I've got some intro music for the episodes now. This lighting makes me look like I'm going bald. It is what it is. Yeah. Alright, well, so now we have new intro music for the CK show. I hope you guys enjoyed having some intro music. It was heavily requested by one of my fans, you know. So I'm old now. Yeah, I turned 22 on Wednesday. So I'm officially not a 21-year-old. So I'm officially like out of like childhood in every country. So like in the US at 21 you can start drinking, right? And I think that's like the final, like, you're no longer a Padawan. You are now a Jedi. Mind you, I don't feel like a Jedi. Can't use the Force. Can't fight people. Don't have a lightsaber. Man, it's not fair, man. I want a lightsaber too. You know? Like, having a lightsaber would be so sick. Don't you know, man? Yeah, so I went camping. I didn't get sunburnt. I didn't get sunburnt. Like, look, I got a tan line. But I also got, like, this bug bite here. It's, like, huge. So I think I might have gotten bitten by a spider, man. Might have gotten bitten by a big old spidery dude. Yeah. There's no one watching still. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, so I've finally leveled up. So I'm now level 22. I'm assuming that the game goes to level 100. So I still have, like 78 levels left. So I've got to keep playing the game for those next 78 levels. Sweet. And at level 100, you reach you're like a god Pokemon, right? But yeah. So recently, I started playing Pokemon Go again. Now, there's a new feature called Dynamax. So my goal was to be able to actually do Dynamax raids. And I got some of my friends into it. When we were camping for my birthday, we went and did a bunch of Dynamax raids. We leveled up. We can all do Dynamaxes. We're all pretty good. We can all do the basic Dynamax raids, which you can do with just the first mission. But we're like, overall, we went from not being able to dream of fighting the Moltres to we had a chance if we had just a little bit stronger Pokemon, just slightly stronger. But there was only 3 of us doing the Pokemon Go. We need another person. We need a 4th person to be doing the Pokemon Go with us, and then we would end up being absolutely smashing it down the park for the Pokemon Go. Yeah. But I think overall I had a very successful 22nd year of life. So I moved to Melbourne, or 21st. Well, yeah. Because technically I'm on my 23rd year of life. So yeah, my 22nd year of life overall was super, super good. I moved to Melbourne from Canberra. I went to Europe last year. I went to New Zealand last year. So I went on lots of adventures as well. Mind you, probably nowhere near as many adventures as I've been on over like the years before that. But I'd say that last year was still a good year. Got lots of stuff done. I started doing university. I finished my first year of courses. I finished my first year and a half of courses pretty much. So I still have a year or 2 years left of my degree because not all of my credits transferred from the school I went to originally to the school I'm at now. But yeah, it does kind of like level itself out. It's kind of equaling itself out now. Yeah, so what else did I even do with my year last year? Well, I mean, nothing. I did nothing with my life last year. No, that's not true. I mean, living in this apartment that me and my partner pay for. This is the first like place that I've had that's like technically my own. Mind you, we don't own it. We rent it, but it's like the same thing. I'm not living in my mum's house, or I'm not living in a hostel. Or well, technically, it's like my 3rd place because I have lived in Japan, but I don't really count that because it all kind of blends together, and it's not And also, Japan, rent-wise, is so much cheaper than Australia. So much cheaper. Even, like, the amount I was paying at hostels per month would be the same that you would pay per month for an apartment. It's just you need to have a 1-year lease, which is very hard when you've only got a year in Japan. And they really want you to move around. So it's not very economical for your visa to stay in one place, because they want you to go and experience different things, different parts of Japan, go and do different things in Japan. So because I was in Okinawa, then I was in Ito, and I was also I was in Osaka, and then I was in Tokyo. But really, I never lived in Tokyo because I never stayed in Tokyo for more than a month at a time. But I would be in Tokyo for like 15 to 20 days. But I love Tokyo. It was so good. So good. I mean, I guess I stayed like a full month at the end of my time in Japan. But yeah, so now I've been renting this place for almost a year. Well, not almost a year, 7 months. But yeah, so I've been living in Melbourne for about 7 months. And then at the beginning of the year, I was just saving up money, finishing off my uni courses. And now that's all. I think I still need to be saving up money. I don't think I'm saving enough. Especially since I do want to travel again. And mind you, I've got to make sure that I've got all of my affairs in order before I can start traveling again. So I've got to make sure that I can pay the bills if I'm away. Like, where am I going to keep all of my stuff? You know. So if I go traveling again, do I throw out most of my stuff, or do I keep a lot of it, or what do I do? That's one thing that I've got to figure out before I start traveling. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that overall I've progressed well. I got lots of stuff for my birthday. I really need to show you guys something. I gotta show you. It's the coolest thing on the planet, my dudes. Coolest thing on the planet. My boy, he bought me this. You don't even understand. I wish I could connect it to the stream, so I could do like a live broadcast of like the drone footage. But yeah, I'll show you guys the drone. So pretty much, you just
rocket, spotlight, direction track, follow, medium, follow, 3, 2, 1.
like, guys. Oh, you can't even see the drone. If I walk too far back. But, like, look, I got a drone, my boy. I got a drone. You guys see this? Oh, you guys are probably dying from the sound. I'm sorry. Apologies. I forgot that the drone is really loud, and that was, like, right next to the mic. I think it wouldn't be as bad if I set it up like this.
Medium, follow, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, no, that's still pretty bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's so sick. It's like, I just put my hand under it and it lands on my hand. Like, that's sick. That is sick. It is one of the coolest things I think I've ever owned. I've always wanted a drone too. My issue is I still don't know how to use it properly. But you guys will see some of the drone footage soon. I'm planning on making a video for Monday where I will have a little bit of the drone footage. Mind you, it was just me playing around with it, but I'll try and figure out a way to make it look nice in the video. So, yeah, and I think the biggest issue with the footage will be that I just don't know how to act with it, because I was just like, I've never used it before, you know. But I've always wanted a drone. It's so sick. It's actually one of the coolest things ever. And there's just so much you can do with it. Mind you, it just means that I'm gonna have to go on more adventures, so I can actually use it. Because I don't think I really want to use it around Melbourne CBD, because it'll get picked off super quick. Someone somewhere in the city will want it. So I can't really fly it around Melbourne unless I'm in like a group with like scary people, you know. Yeah. But honestly, it was a pretty good year. Moving to Melbourne, getting stuff done. I think that overall, it was a good year. I've progressed a fair bit. I mean, I haven't grown, so mind you, maybe younger Cooper wouldn't like that because he wishes he was 6'5", but really, the tallest he's ever going to be is 6'1". I mean, actually, that would be pretty funny if I got like stilts or something. Like that would be pretty epic if I got like stilts or something like that, and then I was like, now I'm as tall as you to my little brother, like, cause his like my little brother's like this tall, and I'm like this tall, you know. So there's like this much difference in height between us. It's not fair, man. I'm meant to be the big brother, but I'm just little compared to him, bro. This like, I think I'm also like going bald as well. I think that I've gotten to that age where your hair starts falling out now, and like your fitness levels start running down. You're not as skinny as you used to be. I think I'm at that age. Not really. The NBA players are my age. There's people that I played with when I was in high school that are in the NBA. It's crazy. I'm not that old, but you guys get the point. You get the point. It takes a little bit more effort now than it used to. Not really. I just need to put in more effort. I used to put in more effort. Yeah. So, progress-wise on the YouTube, I didn't upload at all last week. Besides the video I uploaded before we went camping. But that's okay, because I didn't miss the CK show. And theoretically, I was still spending... I mean, I didn't look at YouTube once while I was camping. But I was still spending time filming stuff and trying to get stuff for my, 22 video, which I'm going to release on Monday. And I'm not going to tell you what it's about. It's just going to be titled 22. And no one's going to watch it, but it's okay. Because it's called 22. Because I'm 22 now. Yeah. Well, the CK show itself has been doing pretty good. Mind you, last month I reached 11,000 views. This month I have no views still. It's like I'm not even making videos, to be honest. I have almost no video. I haven't uploaded any shorts. I think that's the main thing, because shorts got me 10,000 of my 11,000 views last month, which is good. Because those two shorts that were together, they got a fair bit of watch time. Oh, not fair bit of... They got a fair chunk of the views. Now, I have something to say. If you've watched those two little LED lights videos, the lightning bolt broke. Alright? So I think the solder must have been pretty bad or something on it. But the connection was loose, and because I got all the new stuff for making more custom LEDs. So I'll show you guys the stuff. I can grab it. It's quick and easy to grab. Got this, and the other stuff's over here somewhere. Yeah. I'm missing one of the things, but it's okay. So I got these, which connect to this, which is what was on this, but the solder for the black one came off, so it wasn't working, so I couldn't test it. So I might have to do some jerry-rigging and figuring out a way to test it, because I've literally made this a dud for the time being. But if you look at the solder, you can see where the soldering balls have kind of messed up a bit. Because, there's glue around that. I think it was just the way that it was soldered on. I think I put too much effort into, too much trust into it. But now I also have new LEDs, which I will be making a short about soon. And then I can feed all three of the shorts together. And then I can also make a long form video out of it at some point as well. I just need to start getting to a point where I know what I'm making. But yeah, so I've got these LEDs. which I will test later today, and I'll show you guys them working. So that'll be like the short for tomorrow. I'll upload a short on me getting this all lit up, and yeah. But it's much more like, so this is the 5-volt LEDs. So the other LEDs are 12 volts. So these LEDs on here, 12 volts. So I had to buy stuff for the 12 volts, but because I already purchased the stuff for the 5 volts, I can just use that stuff for this, because you can use USB to power 5-volt LEDs. Can't use USB to power 12-volt LEDs. Yeah. But yeah, so it's different. Like, you can see that it's just the strip, and it's already got the sticky back on it, which is good, because that means I don't have to use like the Gorilla Tape like I did with this. Mind you, there's definitely a better way to do it, because the Gorilla Tape looks kind of gross. And I also think that this is even more, like, this is literally bendable the whole way. Like, this can go in corners, not snap. Like, this is probably more what I was looking for, more what I needed. But I think that the purple 12 volts is so sick. I think that it'd be easier if I'm trying to make this into a business for the LED lights. It'd be way better if I'm using like these ones rather than those ones. But I do think that the way that this is, when it's like on the outside rather than this being on like in the middle of it, because the only way to stick it around, you'll still have like the little white LED bit. So maybe I've got to think about figuring out a way to diffuse the light, or like, it'd be, because yeah, I could have that like slot out a little bit, so it kind of, like, you can see it slightly better on the outside rather than it just being around, because I think that the actual LED markings and stuff that you can see on it, that's like, you can see all the markings where you can solder on new wires and stuff. I think that overall it would look better if I figured out a way to cover that. Because for this, you're not actually seeing any of the LED markings or anything. It looks more like a finished product compared to that. So like, maybe if I'm, because you can't bend the LEDs a specific way. Yeah, I've just got to figure out how I'm going to design barrier with the 5-volt LEDs, because it's not as easy as the 12-volt ones, because they literally, the light is where you want it to come from, compared to the 5-volt where it's coming from like the side, where you want it really to be coming from the top, if that makes sense. Because yeah, the light comes from the orange strip, which is, well, these are red. Well, I paid for red ones. I haven't tested it. I don't actually know what the color's gonna look like when I turn them on. But I think that there's definitely a way that I can make a kind of slot for it, and then it will fit around way better, and it'll look nicer. Or like, yeah, it'll be much easier once I've got like a 3D printer and stuff, and I can actually figure out how to design the parts into the 3D printable aspect of it. But I think that that's something that would be fun to learn anyway, and it's actually, yeah, it's just fun, you know. Making things is just fun. Yeah, if you've never made anything before, I think you should just learn how to make it. Just learn how to do something. Just learn how to make something, bro. Like even origami. All right, so I've got 12-volt LED switch and PSU. So I still need a soldering iron. Probably need more double-sided tape. Need a way to store, like a way to light it up. Still need to get crimps. Got 5-volt LEDs. And I still want a 3D printer as well for making that a possibility. But I think I might buy a 3D printer soon, so I can start messing around with stuff like that. Yeah, and also my brother knows how to use like all the CAD software and everything, so I can get him to give me a hand designing stuff for printing. Because especially for the 5-volt, I need to figure out a way so I can get like a cover put on top of it, maybe, or maybe a way that it slots in and it just pokes out a little bit. But I'm thinking whether or not I get a resin printer or just a normal 3D printer, like coil printer. What is the difference in the names between them? Resin printers and... Because one uses resin to print and the other uses like the PLA stuff to print. What's it called? A13 printer. I'm not sure. I am not sure what's the difference is. Well, one can melts plastic and PTG and stuff like filament printer. I think it's filament printer and resin printer. That's the difference. That's the name difference between the two of them. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sorry that today's CK show is a little bit short, but you'll understand why later next month, because I've got to go and get my steps up. I love you guys. I won't forget to blow you a blow kiss, and I'll see you guys in the next CK show.